A Chicago man is suing dozens of women for $75 million after they wrote negative reviews about him on a dating Facebook page called "Are We Dating the Same Guy?" The post allegedly describes him as clingy. He claims that his reputation has been harmed. So does he have a legitimate case? Well, attorney Karen Conti is joining us now to weigh in on this. Good morning to you, Karen. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
So interesting topic in a day of social media. It could have far-reaching effects depending on how far this goes. So does he have a legitimate case here?
I don't think he does. And the law really protects free speech. The law makes it very difficult for people to sue for defamation. And the defamation would have to be a statement of fact that is false, malicious, and harms a person's reputation. And when you call someone a psycho, you call someone clingy, that's really an opinion. It's not a statement of fact. And, you know, some of the other allegations in there are really not defamatory in nature. He ghosted me. Well, maybe he had a good reason to ghost you. That's just not defamation. Invasion of privacy, again, that's very difficult to prove. Do we even have an expectation of privacy in this society when everything's online? We've got cameras everywhere. So these are very difficult, and my guess is a lot of this, if not all of it, is going to be dismissed before trial.
Okay, that's so interesting because, you know, everybody goes on social media and posts everything now. Like, people are not hiding anything. So he is now saying that he wants to file against Facebook and Meta for allowing these posts to actually appear. Any actual justice there for him?
That's probably the weakest argument. And why is that? There's a Communications Decency Act. We've all heard about that act. It's a federal law that says social media is basically immune from defamation because it's a billboard. It's posting other people's statements, and they are exempt from these types of lawsuits specifically. So my guess is that's going to be dismissed right out of the box.
Okay, so he filed in federal court. So he had to pay an attorney to do this, right? You have to wonder maybe what was his motivation if an attorney was involved and somebody actually thinks he might have a case.
Well, the lawyer has said that he wants to make this into a class action. I don't see that at all. Frankly, when people come to me and they ask me to bring these types of lawsuits for defamation, I have to tell them, listen, I didn't know who Mr. D'Ambrosio was, but now I know who he is. And if I were in the dating realm, would I date him knowing that 27 women said terrible things about him?
Right.
So my point is that by bringing this lawsuit, he has made it nationally known that all these women are saying terrible things about him. I think this may have done worse harm to his reputation than if he had just let it go.
Okay.
So that's the problem.
Okay, so let's talk about this then in general. What risk do people pose when posting anything negative about other people, whether it's against people you date, restaurants, or businesses? Because we've heard about some restaurant critiques that people have filed lawsuits of the restaurants against. What do we need to know about this?
Well, I always say, press pause before you do it. Weigh, is it really worth being sued to vent because you had a bad hamburger somewhere? Really, I mean, generally speaking, you probably won't be sued if you post on Yelp that you had a bad hotel room. But why take the chance? Vent to somebody else. If someone gets angry and has a lawyer bring this lawsuit, you could be shelling out $50,000 to $150,000 to defend it. So, you know, again, speak your piece, but you might want to wait until you calm down before you take that action.
Great advice for free. Thank you so much, Karen Conti. Such an interesting topic. We appreciate you joining us this morning.